Hello guys, gals, non-binary pals, and everybody in between. My name is Dave, and I'm trans. That's not any part of the story, I just needed a new opening. So yes, I'm filming this directly after my 10 tips for going to con video, if that's even what I name it. But no, I needed to make a story time to explain kind of what happened in number 10 in that video. Wait, this is gonna come out like a whole week afterwards. I'll finally have a weekly schedule. It's summertime now. I just got out of school today, so that should be happening more often. Actual uploads and maybe even edited videos. That might be a thing soon. I really can't breathe. So I just need to explain how I got stranded in Boston. So cut all the way back to the 1st of April. It's like June 21st right now. So we're going to cut all the way back a few months to April 1st. Yeah, April 1st, because that was the day, that was Saturday of Anime Boston. I couldn't go Friday because I had school, because I was a nerd. I still am a nerd. Going to Anime Boston was it was like almost a field trip for my anime club. I cannot breathe. So it was a bunch of really close friends of mine. I actually have to think of nicknames for these people now so that way I can tell them. We're going to call her Italy. That's a joke of she already has a Italian nickname. So there's Italy, who is president of the anime club. She's one of my closest friends. She lives down the street from me. I go to her house and take naps all the time. She actually gave me a really cute alpaca plushie. My noses are running really bad. She's one of my closest friends, and I love her very much. And she's not to blame for any of this, but no, my friend Italy was the one who orchestrated the whole trip. I have to move this back and fix it. Yay! Hello. So it was my friend Italy, and I'll think of nicknames of people in the group as I go along, but Italy's just the one that I want to think of now. So we drove there on Saturday. A few of us got a ride from Italy's dad. I was in the car with Italy's dad. It was me, Italy's dad. We're gonna call, I gotta think now. We're going to call the girl who I sat next to Voca, because she very much liked Vocaloid. So it was me, Italy, Voca. I'm just going to put it in as how I have nicknamed them. It was me, Italy, Voca, Art Mom, and Art Dad. I'm going to have to do another complete video about Art Mom and Art Dad. But these two people who are very, very close to me. Sadly, Voca graduated this year, so I don't get to see her again. But I get to see Italy, Art Mom, and Art Dad again, so that's going to be pretty cool. And, of course, Italy's dad, who I'm kind of iffy about. So, we're all driving up there, and Italy had originally planned for us to stay at the con for 2 hours, because when Italy goes to, I think it is Rhode Island Comic Con, that's how long Italy takes to go through and buy things, and so that's kind of how she was planning it. And so basically we started off in two groups, Group A and Group B, but then this girl was coming on her own, so she became Group C. I ended up being Group D, just in myself, when Group A left. So we're in Group A, so we're all driving down there, and so we get to the con and we all break apart. I went off and made friends with my lovely friends Marco and Luca. And we were running around all day, and then I made friends with this really nice Solix cosplayer, and made a bunch of friends. And so I got the call from Italy, hey, come meet us by this area. And this was my first time going to Anime Boston, so I had no clue what she was talking about. But on my way back, I ran into Art Mom and Art Dad, so we all turned around and walked back. Art Mom was actually dressed up like Aloysius from Black Butler, so that was really cool. They got a new wig while they were there. Ooh, I am not okay. So when we get there, Marco and Luca, I'm gonna use their real names because, they have their own YouTube thing. Shout out to the Derpy Cosplay. I'm in 2 of their videos for con vlogs. I still have to put up my con vlogs. So Marco and Luca were kind of like derping around in the background. And Italy goes, alright, so here's the deal. Group A is leaving now. My dad's outside. If you go, anyone leaving with Group A gets McDonald's, but anyone staying here can leave with Group B and leave in like an hour or 2. And I paid $60 for this ticket. And it wasn't even me who paid. It was my lovely father who gave me the money to pay for this ticket. So I didn't want to pay $60 and go to this con and stay there for 2 hours and then go home. That was not what I got prepared for. That's not what I woke up early and got into cosplay for. So I turned to this girl who's in Group C and I went, hey, is there any way I'd be able to get a ride with you? She said yes. Or she said she'd see, and then she never really got back to me. Now that I think about it, I think that she did tell me that she could give me a ride home. So I was thinking, oh, okay, I'll get a ride home at 5, because that's when she said she was leaving. So Group A left, Group B left, and it was just me and her kind of like derping around the con now. She was off in another area. She had my phone number. And so, come 5 o'clock, I'm sitting in the Undertale photo shoot because my lovely friends Marco and Luca were in Undertale, and I was in Marshall Lee. And we were hanging out with our Solix cosplayer friend because that's when we met him. And so we're sitting in this room, and as soon as 5 o'clock rolls around, I'm like, oh shit, because like the photo shoot, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta call up this person from Group C and see like have they left yet. Call them up. I'm like, hey, have you left the con yet? This queen says to me, it is an hour ride from Boston to my home city. It's an hour ride, and I'm calling her at 5, which is when she told me she was leaving the con. Call her, hey, have you left the con yet? She goes, yeah, I'm at home. I just got in the shower. You said you were leaving at 5 o'clock. That means you left at 4 o'clock and did not tell me you were leaving. Because now I'm sitting there freaking out and I have no way home. I started having a panic attack. I was actually like crying. You have not lived until you wake up from a blackout panic attack with Toriel here, 2 Sansas right here, a 6-year-old Frisk in front of you, and a Papyrus right here, all being like, oh, honey, it's okay. You have not lived until that's happened. It was very strange. So, cut to me walking around, freaking out, trying to find a way home. And my dumbass told Italy that I had no ride home. And so Italy's parents were like, oh, we're on our way to go get them now. And I kept trying to like tell them not to because I was going to find my way home anyways. But by the time the parents had made up their mind, my dad had already been like, I'm gonna come get you. So, and this is like no shade to Italy. Italy was trying their best to calm everything down and try to convince them that I did in fact have a ride. Because for some reason they thought I was lying about having a ride home. I don't know. But Italy, like, this isn't any shade to Italy. This is really no shade to anybody. This is just me explaining what happened. Italy did try their best to calm their parents down. But, no, they would not leave Italy alone until they got my dad's phone number, which I personally am very uncomfortable giving out my dad's phone number, especially to other people's parents, and my dad himself would not have answered the phone. He does not answer to random ass numbers. Like, if a number calls him that he doesn't recognize, he will hang up. He does not care. My dad does not answer unknown numbers. So, I was like, no, like, I can't give you my dad's number. Like, I'm personally not okay with that. I'm not sure he'd be okay with that. And Italy was trying their best, and they were just being a messenger. So, this is just all love to Italy, because they were trying their damnedest to help me out, and I love them so much for it. And so eventually what happened was Italy's parents went to my house. They went here and knocked on the door, and my sister Stephanie opened the door, actually. My mom wasn't home. My sister Stephanie opened the door. They were like, does Dave really have a ride home? Stephanie was kind of like, yes, and we closed the door. She was done. And that's what finally got them to, like, leave me alone. And so, cut back to me at the con, like walking out the doors, trying to frequently call up Italy, be like, this is what's happening, I can't give my dad's number, but we eventually got to, I needed to describe what my dad looked like, and as soon as I got in the car, I needed to send her a picture of me with my dad. That's what we ended up with. I don't know, that's what she convinced her parents to do. Eventually what happened was, they were like, no, just when you get in the car, let's talk to your dad. So I was like, okay, that's gonna happen. So that happened, and on my ride home, I was freaking out because I was like, Mom's not gonna let me go tomorrow, and like I made all these plans tomorrow, and Mom's not gonna let me go, and I was actually freaking out, and thank God for my dad who sat there while we were driving. He waited till we got out of Boston, of course, because driving through Boston is hell. We did not see one, not two, but we saw 3 cars parked dead ass in the middle of the street with no one in them. What are you doing? What are you doing with your life, queen? But thank God for my dad who sat down, listened to everything I said, listened to me explain the story exactly how I explained it now, and called up my mom and explained what I said, because I got the short end of the stick out of this, and that's quoting what he said. I got the short end of the stick. I was not called up to say that they were leaving at 4. I was kind of left in Boston. So, thanks to my dad explaining to my mom, I got to go Sunday, and I got to meet a bunch of new friends, and I had so much fun. So, shout out to my dad for calming down my mom and giving me the money to get a ticket. Shout out to Italy for even bringing up Anime Boston and attempting to calm down their parents. And just shout out to Voca, Art Mom, and Art Dad for just being really cool friends, I guess. Like, it was so much fun. Shout out to Marco and Luca at the channel Derpy Cosplay, which I'm going to link in the bottom because they're great people and I love them so much. So, that's all, folks. That's the end of my short little story time. I'm going to go spend the next 3 months being useless because it's summer now. And maybe we'll actually get an upload schedule soon. Bye!